Hello once again everybody. Tim here, timscomputerfix.net. I have here an MSI gaming laptop. Pretty nice. We got a 7th generation i7 in here and a GTX 1060. And the issue with this is fan noise. Fan issues, particularly on the GPU side of things. And I can understand why, probably, man. I mean, because this is the replacement fan. And let me tell you, there's hardly nothing there. This is such, I don't know. It's just, these fans are so small and so thin. I don't know. It would seem to me that they would, start giving you issues after a while. It is what it is, but we're going to repair this issue. So let's get started. So first thing we're going to do here is flip this guy over. We're going to go ahead and take out all the screws on the bottom. All right, so we're just going to kind of get up underneath the back compartment there a little bit. And I already have a little bit of a gap here. See if I can't pry up here gently. Okay. All right. There we go. Comes right off. Kind of hung up here. We'll kind of unsnap this gently. All right, gently unsnap the tabs here. On this side and this side, they're just small tabs. You just want to unsnap those. And that, of course, exposes everything we need to get to the fans that we're having issues with here. Fans match up, and it looks like they do. Very good. This is GPU side. This is CPU side. We're replacing the GPU side in this video, but the same as disassembly applies to even if you want to replace the CPU side of the GPU there. All right, so it's always the case. The first thing that you really want to do is disconnect the battery here. So in order to get this battery out, there's sticky tape that you just want to get your spudger and kind of run under the edges of the battery here, just to kind of loosen it up a bit. Got to kind of gently lift it out. Keep checking underneath. Be sure nothing's catching. It's not. It's just some of that sticky tape. To have a little bit more room and play here to pull this battery out. Got a bit more. I've got the whole group of wires I can grab now instead of just, yeah, and that pulls right out. So there's our battery out. Very good. And that just allows us to, basically when it comes right down to it, just want to pull all of the ribbon cables that are attached to the motherboard. We have this tape on here which we will be putting back. So you want to pull off the tape, and we'll be putting the tape back on, like I say. Pull that off with And we'll pull this ribbon cable here, lift up the tab, pull it out. Okay, this is the touchpad. This is the keyboard. That's the keyboard ribbon cable. We'll pull that out, and that's actually tucked under the board, but that's okay. And see, we removed the battery because it gives us more playing room here with the cables. Here's another, looks like maybe the backlight. Flip that up, pull that out. That's all tucked under the board, as you can see. Keep that in mind. So here's some more ribbon cables up here. Take off the tape. And we can simply detach. You don't have to worry about detaching this side, just this side. And it's another, flip this around this way so we can get a better angle. Flip that ribbon cable up. Pull that out. There we go. Like so. And then there's another ribbon cable here that looks like it goes to the display. So we'll flip that up, pull that out, and we'll this has kind of taped down here on this fan. So we'll just kind of unstick that. There we go. Okay, you got to be careful because there's all sorts of little cables around here that we're going to have to reattach when we're done. Right here's another one, little small one. Wow, really small one. We'll flip that up. And we'll pull that out. That's going to be fun to keep exposed when we move the motherboard out, huh? So there's the hard drive here we're going to have to take off. There's a ribbon cable right here that you flip the zip connector up and pull that ribbon cable. Then there's a couple more that's kind of tucked in under the hard drive, so we're going to have to remove the hard drive itself. And with that, we simply just pull up on it, and it comes right up like so. And then there's two more ribbon cables here. We'll just pull that out. Here's another one here. Lift it up. They're all flip-up zip connectors. Let's see. And we'll pull that one out there. All right. So once we have that, we'll look at all these other areas to be sure that there's no more ribbon cables that connect anywhere. Don't see any. That was for the fan there. All right, so the next thing I see here is it looks like the Wi-Fi card here needs to be taken out because it's screwed down to the case. So it's attached to the board. So we'll kind of move that tape out of the way, and we'll. I wonder if I could do that without removing the, let's just do it like this. We're going to take that screw out. Tell you what, to make life easier, I'm going to go ahead and remove this one PCB here, which is a daughter card. It's actually for the NIC. So let's pull those out. Let's see, this might make your life a little bit easier when it comes to the Wi-Fi card. And yes, so that comes right out. That's out. And now that opens up a little bit better for why I can pull out this Wi-Fi card here, it looks like. Pull that out. Ah, look at there. I don't have to take off the antenna wires that I love to fight with. How about that? Okay, with this particular board, there's no little arrows that point to the screws that have to come out of this board. So we're going to mark them. We're going to mark these guys. And I think the best way to mark these would be with a felt tip pin. There's one, there's another one. My little method. We have another one here. Okay, so we got to remove the screw where this fan is also. Looks like there's one screw that goes where the fan is. Yeah, and that loosened things up there a little bit right here. I also see a little small speaker. Go back up where you can see this. There is a very small speaker connection. Actually, that's not speaker. You know what that is? That's your CMOS. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave the CMOS connected. I'm going to leave it connected so we don't lose BIOS settings. So we'll do that. And it looks like I might have another connection over here, a very small connection for speakers. If I can get to that, I don't know. Let's see if we can start to try to lift this out a little bit. That's all just being gentle. No need in bending anything. There we go. We got to lift it up a little bit just to kind of shimmy it out. Okay. And yeah, there is a speaker connector right here that I'll go ahead and just unplug. I think I will. It's never easy, is it? Unplug that. Okay. Gotcha. All right, and I think this board is out. Let me see, CMOS is stuck on there again. Yeah. Okay, motherboard is out. Very good. Flip this over. There is the fan we need to replace. All right, let me clear this out of the way and we'll look at this motherboard. Looks like we're just going to have to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very small screws here. So we'll go ahead and take them off. Let's see, it gets kind of caught up in here, but I'm trying to avoid having to take off the heatsink, which I'll do if I have to. As you can see, it moves around pretty good. You can see right here, it's kind of wedged in, sandwiched in there. And you don't want to bend anything. You know, so what I have done here, I've taken out the screws on the GPU here, but this is all one piece, and it goes all the way over to the processor side. It's one heat sink. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to just kind of gently okay. So I've kind of shimmied out and kind of pulled down a little bit very gently, and I'm able to get the fan out. And I took the screws out of the GPU just so maybe I can get just a little bit more of a play there with the board, but not much. I really am trying to avoid taking off this whole heatsink because there's a lot of thermal pads that are under here and here. There's thermal pads, and here there's a thermal pad, and here there's a thermal pad, and there's another thermal pad, and I'm just trying not to disturb all of that. Let's pop in the new fan. Remember, I'm doing this without bending anything because bending it is something you darn sure don't want to do. Let's see. My little cables up in here like that. Move that out of the way. And let's see if we can shimmy this back into place. Yeah, okay, it looks like we got it snapped in there pretty good, so yay! That worked out all right. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and put the GPU screws back in here, right? And let's go ahead and get our little screws back in to secure our fan into place. That should be it. They seem to be free spinning. So, of course, and obviously, we're going to plug our fans in. Everything looks good from this side also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here, we're going to blow out the dust from this CPU fan, which looks pretty gnarly at the moment. So it's complimentary to the customer. We'll go ahead and blow that out. Alright, so I've blown out and the CPU fan here. Be sure that it's free flowing. Looks good. So yeah, it looks like it might be time that we just go ahead and get this guy put back together. What you think? So now, of course, obviously we have all of these little small ribbon cables that we have to be sure that we keep exposed as we set this board back into place. Have our little speaker cable here that we'll kind of plug back into place. Push that in. Alright, felt that go in really good. And now let's just work this guy back in. We came in at kind of an angle here. So that feels good there. That's all right. We got another cable down here that we got to kind of pull out and keep exposed. We've got another cable here. Where the heck did that go? Oh, that went to the pull out. Keep that exposed. We got our display cable over there. Just kind of pay attention to everything here. We have another little cable, if you guys remember. It was over here that we have to keep pulled out and keep exposed. Wow, where is it? And then we have these guys. Gotta kind of pull them out a little bit. And that. Okay. That one was to the hard drive, so I think we're okay there. Move our card there out of the way a little bit. I think we can set her right on down. Not sure. Okay, we have a tab there. There we go. Don't forget about these little rubber tabs here that might keep you from sitting this down all the way. It looks like we are now sitting where we need to be sitting, which is outstanding news. Now we can go ahead and put all of our screws back in as they were. All right, and there's 6 screws that actually came out of this motherboard. And then once we get them all in, we can just kind of go around, snug them down. Which secures everything into place. Very good. Motherboard is now into place. Fans are free spinning. Let's go ahead and put our Wi-Fi card back in. Right over here. And we'll get the screw back in to secure that. There's a daughter card we're going to go ahead and put into place over here on this side. Put in there for reference. Okay. So there's that. Daughter card is secure. Very good. Start working on maybe some of these ribbon cables, yeah? Let's go ahead and do the daughter card ribbon cable over here. Here we go. Let's go ahead on along with our video cable. There we go. Make sure that's routed right down in here. All right. There we go. That felt good. All right. That's closed down. Okay. Then there's this very, very teeny guy over here, and I'm actually going to turn this laptop to where I can have a better angle at this since it's so doggone small. Okay, flip that up. See if we can get that in there. Ooh, I'm going to need my little tweezers, or my little pliers for that. All right. That went in there really nice. We'll tape that up also. Okay, moving right along. Let's flip this back over this way. And yeah, these are the USB 3 ribbon cable here for the USB 3 daughter board. Yeah, it looks good. This is the palm rest cable. I think I got that, I think. Ah, the keyboard. That's always one to have. There's another one. Those look like they're going in nicely, how they should. Of course, testing always proves that, right? Okay. Here, that goes to the little LED lights. We're kind of having some fun with some ribbon cables on this one, aren't we? Oh, that's a small one too. Let's see. Ooh, quite small. Aha, got it in there. There we go. That's nice. This is the CMOS battery that we kept intact. So you won't lose his time and date after this is done. All of his BIOS settings will be the same. And then here's our hard drive. We'll go ahead and put it back into place. And we will connect our hard drive cable and like so. Of course, we need to set our battery back into place. I think I can set this back in here. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Now our battery's plugged in. Okay. Now let's take care of these taping issues, shall we? This is high temp masking tape. 4-pack. I'll have a link to this down below in the comments in case you want to try it out yourself. And it's got all the different sizes of tape here. So if I recall correctly, the larger size was right across there, so that's what we'll do now. what's needed, so then I can just cut off the excess, push that down. And that helps keep those ZIF connectors from flipping up. Take that down. If it got a little bit flipped up on the end because it's not sticky, that's okay, as long as we have our tabs covered there. That's all we're worried about. Got another little one up here. We'll do that one. Right? Boom. Tape them down, dog. Tape them down. Get them all taped down. High temp tape, man. It's good stuff. Well, we just hope and assume that all these ZIF connectors are connected okay. Right? I think that's all we had. That's it. So all of our tape is back like it was from the manufacturer. But let's see. Should be able to see it spinning at least. Okay, so what's left now is a test. Got our back cover on there, so let's go ahead and we want to test this laptop out before we put all the screws into the bottom of it. So we'll plug it in. I've got a charging light here. Let's power this on. Keyboard lights up. Oh, look at there. I got nice cool air coming out of both sides of this laptop. Isn't that nice? And we're loading Windows now. But there we go. We got nice cool fans going. So I just want to test a few things here. I'm going to test my, yep, we got touchpad. We've got mouse buttons, touchpad buttons, and we've got keyboard functionality. Yep, everything's looking good here. I'll go through and maybe test the USB ports, but I'm sure they're all fine. But I got cold air coming out of both ends of this laptop now. Very good. That's what we wanted to do. Hey man, I hope this helps somebody out, everyone. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you head right down below here, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. I have much more computer repair videos coming your way. There's also a bell you can click for to get notifications for my videos. I really appreciate everybody's support. And as usual, everyone, until next time, see you soon.